This is way better than we thought. Artemi Panarin is on absolute fire since shaving his head and the return of Vincent Trocheck. In this video, we're going to break down why he holds the keys for the Blue Shirts' success on Broadway, along with discussing one young player in particular and why his demotion was situational, not permanent, on another sizzling edition of Rangers Digest. Welcome back to Rangers Digest. We are built for Blue Shirt fandom, and I am your host, Bret Botfeld. It is great to be back with you guys on this beautiful Saturday, the 15th of November. We have a ton to talk about, including an injury update on Will Borgen, his status ahead of tonight's matchup in Columbus, along with Artemi Panarin playing once again like a top 10 forward in hockey. We're also going to talk about Gabe Perreault and what his ceiling is and future is on this Rangers roster. But before we break it all down, a quick reminder to go smash that subscribe button. About 72% of you who currently watch these videos are still unsubscribed to the channel, so please go down below, hit that free subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it so you can stay up to date with everything happening New York Rangers, because guys, this is the place to be for all your daily New York Rangers content. Let's waste no more time and hop right into the video. Also, make sure you stick around to the end because we have a ton of juicy quotes from Mike Sullivan and Gabe Perreault's former coach at Boston College. But tonight, the Rangers play hockey. After 2 days off, it is so great to be back. It is wonderful to be back. The Rangers make their first of 2 visits to Nationwide Arena this season, looking to extend their recent success in Columbus. They won both of these visits last season and are 4-2 in their past 6 trips to Columbus. The Rangers have not only had success in Columbus, but they've had success on the road, period. They've been a pretty good road team the last few years, but this season in particular, the best in the NHL. Now, we do have an update from Mike Sullivan. He said he anticipates that Will Borgen will be playing tonight. That's great news. He's on the ice for the morning skate in Columbus. Now, something we have to talk about, guys, when it comes to Will Borgen, dating back to 2021-22, Will Borgen has played in 285 straight games, a real Iron Man for this Rangers roster. What he does in the defensive zone is invaluable. The way he hits people, the way he blocks shots. I know the Rangers have that star-studded duo in Fox and Gavrikov, but we cannot forget what this brother, Will Borgen, brings to the table for the Rangers. Great to have him playing tonight. It'll be his 286th straight game playing. Just truly unbelievable in such a grueling sport. Now, Shesterkin is in net tonight, so presumably it will be Jonathan Quick tomorrow. Now, this is very interesting because Jonathan Quick has had tremendous success against the Blue Jackets. In his career, he's 20-10-1 with a 2.61 goals against average in 31 games, but it will be Shesty tonight. Doesn't really matter. Both goaltenders are great for the Rangers. Now, talking about the Rangers being back in Columbus, so is Artemi Panarin. He's going up against his former team that he played with before signing that blockbuster deal with the Rangers in 2019. He's been an over point per game player in 22 matchups against the Blue Jackets, 15 goals, 30 points, and a plus 12 rating. While we're on the topic of Panarin, I mean, this guy has been on absolute fire. Like I said in the open, look at his stats since shaving his head. Panarin has 3 goals, 6 assists, 9 points. That is over 2 points per game. And the Rangers are at their best when Panarin is at his best. When, he's bald. It's great when he's bald because he had the best season of his career in 23-24 when he was bald. The only year he had over 100 points, an MVP finalist. And it's not a coincidence. The Rangers are 4-0 this season when bald bread scores multiple points in a game. So he certainly holds the keys to success. We talk about Shesty, we talk about the defense, but Panarin, the best player. The Rangers go as their best player goes, no doubt about that. Now look at this graphic here. Up top is Panarin with his luscious locks coming out of his helmet. And the bottom, look at him with his bald head, his big, beautiful bald head. He looks like an absolute demon. Just look at him. Looks like a python snake. I mean, this man is on a mission when he is bald. Never grow hair again, Panarin. Maybe the whole team should shave their head at this point. Now, here's Jake on X, wanted to bring this up. He says, "Dear New York Rangers, please pay Artemi Panarin whatever he wants. He must retire in a blue sweater. Thanks," from Jake. Now, look, guys, if Panarin keeps playing like this, if the Rangers keep winning, I'm sure he will be back. We know that the Rangers don't let their stars walk away. They don't want to let their best players, a guy that puts fans in the seats, just let him walk away. So Panarin, like I said, if he keeps producing like this, I'm sure he will be back. But I like to push back a little bit when it comes to this, when it comes to what Jake is saying, because can the Rangers really win with Panarin? I'm not talking about in the regular season, but can they really win when the lights are brightest on Broadway, when the games matter most in the postseason? Can they win a Stanley Cup? Can they hoist Lord Stanley with Artemi Panarin as their best player? I don't really believe so. He's already 34 years old, past his prime, still a very good player, still a top 20 player in hockey in my opinion, but I understand how great he is, what he brings to the table, but I just don't know if they could win the ultimate prize with him as their best player. Nevertheless, no shade against Panarin. I love what he's brought to the Rangers, and he's been playing great so far lately, so love to see that. But we need to move on here to Gabe Perreault. So as we know, the Rangers picked up a very impressive win on Wednesday in Tampa. They were red hot. They were also on 3 days of rest. They won 7 of their last 8 games, and then the Rangers went in there, and they just punched them in the mouth. Now, one thing that fans have noticed is that Gabe Perreault was moved off of the top line in that game. Instead of lining up alongside Mika Zibanejad and JT Miller like he usually has, so far with the Rangers here, Will Cooley did instead. Now, Rangers fans were concerned about this, but Mike Sullivan cleared it up. After the game, Sully was asked about his decision to demote Perreault from the top line. For fans worrying if Sullivan had already hit the pause button on Perreault being on the top line from here on out, that's not the case. Sullivan says that it was a matchup-based decision. Let's hear exactly what he had to say. Sullivan said Lightning coach John Cooper wanted that match with Kucherov, Gensel, and Braden Point. We just felt like that's a tall task for a young kid, Gabe Perreault, that hasn't played a whole lot in the league. Just 2 games so far this season. If that was going to be the match, we thought it made more sense to have a guy like Will Cooley play with JT and Mika in that circumstance, said Sullivan. Some of it was just based on the feel of the game, but some of it was just from a matchup strategy standpoint. Now, look, guys, Gensel, Kucherov, Braden Point, that's a tall task for anybody, not just Gabe Perreault. We understand that. It's one of the best first lines in the league, in my opinion, and putting Will Cooley there instead makes sense to me. He's a big, strong kid. He has a few years of experience and just tough to play against in all 3 zones, so I definitely understand the decision from Sully. Also followed it up at practice today in Columbus. He said, we've seen some really good things from Gabe Perreault. Obviously, he's got good offensive instincts, sees the play really well. He thinks the game on a high level. I think where his opportunity for growth and improvement is really just strength on the puck and a little bit of quickness, and I think they go hand in hand. As a young player, it's just physical maturity, the speed of the game, and the size and the strength of players at this level is second to none. For most young players, that's one of the challenges in making the jump to being an impact player at this level. Like I said, Will Cooley, a little bit stronger, a little bit bigger, has more experience. It just made more sense to put him on that top line going up against that lethal line in Tampa Bay. It's nothing against Perreault. Like Sullivan said, good offensive instincts, a high hockey IQ, and I believe he's going to be here for a while, guys. Now, Gabe Perreault, his former head coach Greg Brown from Boston College also chimed in. This is from Jennifer O'Regan. Absolutely love her. Greg Brown said, I predict Gabe will be an impact NHL player who will drive plays both in 5v5 and special teams. Brown said he has the character and ability to be a valuable player in the National Hockey League. Great stuff from Sully. Great stuff from Brown. We've already seen the dividends pay off here as Gabe Perreault has been on this roster. Like I said, the top 6 just looks more lethal. It looks stronger with Vincent Trocheck, with Gabe Perreault here, and there's nothing to fear, guys. This is not a Brennan Othman situation. This is more so like a Noah Laba situation, giving Gabe Perreault a real shot to remain on this Rangers roster, and like Noah Laba has, he's proved himself, and he's going to be here for the long haul. I believe Gabe Perreault, it's a similar situation. He's only played 2 games. He has a point, and he's a +2 in his time on the ice. And like I said, there is absolutely nothing to fear because as the Rangers get ready to play the Blue Jackets here tonight, Gabe Perreault is once again back on that first line. So there is a lot of encouraging stuff, obviously, that Gabe is showing Sully. So he is back on that first line. Great to see. But that's going to do it here today. I have a couple questions for you guys, and I'm fascinated to hear what you guys think. First of all, leave your comment down below because the conversation always continues over there about tonight's game. What are your score predictions? But also Panarin. What are your point projections for Panarin? He's been playing over a 2-point per game player lately, and you know, he's been great as a Ranger. I'm curious to hear what your predictions are for his point total on the season. And not only that, when it comes to Gabe Perreault, do you think he will be here for the long haul like Noah Laba? Or do you think he will have a short stint here like Brennan Othmann? I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. Let us know how you feel. And if you haven't yet, hit that free subscribe button so you can stay up to date with everything happening New York Rangers. Enjoy the game tonight, guys. Go Rangers.